Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. So anyway, we never talk about that on the microphone, so the audience doesn't really know. Let's do a show. Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your almost never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-host, Quiet Michael LeBune.
Hey, Eric, that's me. I'm Quiet Michael.
And also Andrew Teedy.
Nothing matters. Smile anyway.
And dialing in from the West Coast, Brain Damage.
Yeah, fuck the world.
And we're going to have some more nihilistic commentary for you. But first, a trademark, patented, copyrighted, absolutely essential part of every stinking episode of Facebook for the Blind, from its very inception right up into this one, episode 167. You know it. You love it. It's... the depressing news. Now, I had a quick reminder here from Hunter S. Thompson, from our dear friend Jeffrey St. Clair. Jeffrey, thanks for all the cards and letters. Keep them coming. Hunter S. Thompson said the brutal reality of politics would be probably intolerable without drugs. So, make a note of it, sir. Of course, in the news, everyone's talking about we lost 5 icons in 1 week. Shannon Doherty and Dr. Ruth and also, what's his kid's name again? Oh, yeah, Thomas Crooks. So, Gene Simmons. No? All right, screw you. Don't care. Here's a picture of Dr. Ruth with Billy Idol. I think it's the photo that we needed right now.
I do like that. You said it's Dr. Phil?
It's Billy Idol. Oh, my God. And now that I'm looking at it, I think Billy Idol trimmed his chest hair. Look at that. Yeah.
His chest hair?
Yeah. It's like a Miami Vice. He's like sort of a stubbly. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's making Dr. Ruth happy. Moving on, federal judge Eileen Cannon, and I use the term judge very loosely because you know they're just lawyers in robes, right? You know that, right?
That's right.
Eileen Cannon dismissed the Trump classified documents case over concerns with the prosecutor's appointment, which is a great idea that she lifted from Supreme Court Clarence Thomas, hashtag most corrupt judge in history. Fuck! Which he wrote a little note and he was like, hey, you know, you could always do this. And she brought it up in a completely unprecedented way. So that's super fun. But the cool part is it's going to be on appeal. Jack's already got it on appeal. The appellate court already upheld it before. So who knows what happens next? Round and round. Of course, everybody is talking about the shooting of the president, which I happen to watch at my parents' house because they watch TV and it was on. So got to see that with my kid. It was surreal. More than a dozen guns were found at the shooter's home. And just today I found out that they also found a receipt from Home Depot for a 20-foot ladder. So he walked in there with a long gun and a ladder. And everybody was cool with that. And he leaned that ladder up against the building. And everybody was cool with that.
That's how you use ladders.
Woo! So anyway, I'm going to start climbing some more buildings. Because apparently you can just walk around. You can just do that, man.
He was cleaning the gutters, and in case a squirrel popped up, he had the rifle.
He did get killed at the end of this. I don't know. It's not like... I don't know. Do what you want. Just not saying, like, I wouldn't mimic this guy's behavior at all.
Oh, no, I'm a big fan of ladders, and I didn't think you could just put them anywhere, you know. But apparently, you just walk right in there. So anyway, I'm going to try it. Friend of the show, Jack Black of Tenacious D, has canceled his tour over a bandmate's joke about the Donald Trump assassination attempt. Unfortunately, what's his co-guy's name? Kyle Gass. Kyle Gass was presented with a birthday cake while on tour in Australia, and Black told him to make a wish. As he blew out the candles, he said, "Don't miss Trump next time." And then he immediately said, "Oh, that was a severe lack of judgment. I should never have said that." But tour's canceled, so there's consequences for saying things if you happen to be on the wrong team, apparently, because the other team seems to be able to say anything. For example, North Carolina's GOP candidate for governor said some folks need killing in church.
He said that shit in church.
In church. It's like
unbelievable.
Lieutenant Governor Robinson, that is in the top 10 rules. Okay?
Also, the armholes on your suit are too low.
Oh, man. Anyway, Laura Ingraham famously was saying, like, of course this was all caused, the shooting was caused by Biden somehow. I can't even follow their dumb logic for inciting killing away. But she goes, can you think of any, conservative politicians calling for violence? And it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Punch him in the chest, grab him by the, yes, I've been hearing about violence from politicians for 8 years. Yes, absolutely. Drag him out of here on a stretcher. Speaking of threats, Trump threatened Mark Zuckerberg, the patron anti-saint of the Facebook. He threatened Zuckerberg with prison. He's like, yeah, I'm going to lock you up. I'm going to throw you in prison. And he can still, he can just walk around. Anyway, of course, we heard that, I wanted to give you some good news. TD, Netflix has teased a 5th season of Stranger Things and its animated Terminator Zero. So those might be coming out soon. Yeah. So
I need to watch that. I've never watched that.
Anyway, so I'm pretty excited. Yeah, exactly. It's quality TV. It's awesome. I didn't get a picture because I don't care, but a guy by the name of J.D. Vance, who went to Yale and was one of those hedge fund managers, he was named as Hillbilly VP. Because he wrote Hillbilly Elegy. He's 39 years old, so he's the first millennial, and yet he adds absolutely nothing to the ticket. You remember when they added Mike Pence because they wanted to get the evangelicals, J.D. Vance? J.D. Vance? Nobody doesn't add anything at all. Just MAGA hats who would have cheered for a bucket of chicken. So I made this graphic, bucket of chicken VP 2024. Yeah, pretty much think you put a MAGA hat on it and say that's your VP, and these guys would be like, yeah! Absolutely wild. So, hey, I can't show you the New York Times because they suck, but Rudy Giuliani has had his dismissal of the bankruptcy case dismissed, so it's all set. And without Chapter 11 protection, the former mayor and Trump lawyer could have his assets seized by creditors. So that means, all the people that he sued are going to own his condos in Florida and New York, and I think that's pretty freaking funny. He does owe money to at least 20 people and entities like golf courses and condo associations, but Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss get first pick. They get to say whether or not his stuff gets sold. And then also there's Dominion voting systems, a whole bunch of other things out there. So Mr. Giuliani says he has nearly $11 million in assets, mostly a New York and Palm Beach condo. But I think that Ruby and Shay are going to liquidate that almost instantly. So there's some good news for you. Giuliani going down.
He fell down drunk. He fell down drunk today at the RNC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What a
Just
twit.
something for our listeners to know.
That is fantastic. Yeah, a lot of crazy goings on at the RNC today. Well, after that good news, here's some bad news. This is Gen Z's trust in police is rising. You'd think after all of the amazing stories that we can name, that trust in police is increasing. This little purple line here is up from 27% to 43%. And I cannot fathom that. I don't understand, but there you go. So there's some bad news. Now, we always like to close out with a heartwarming animal story, and discovered that scientists have observed chimpanzees using human-like war tactics. How crazy is that? But there is a chimpanzee gorilla war that is going on in Africa, and the chimpanzees have been encircling gorillas and killing them. How crazy is that? I don't know that's ever been observed. They're very territorial and they fight each other. Chimpanzees, our closest living relatives, approximately the same size and weight as me, surrounded a gorilla who is more like 2 TDs big, and they jumped it. It's freaking crazy. So,
Are
anyway,
you saying that one of you could take out 2 of me?
saying like a little troop of 5 of me could take out 2 of you, according to the chimpanzee guerrilla war that I've been watching.
Well, you find 4 more dudes like you. I'll call Larry Smith. We'll do this.
All right, fair enough. Hey, we had a bunch of tornadoes. Here's a picture of Mike Ingram staring when the sirens are going off. I totally did that. That's the way it works because that's what we do. Quick reminder, Jeffrey St. Clair reminds us that the fitness guru was dead at 76, but the sex therapist was dead at 96. Make a note of that.
Oh,
Also want to check in with the orcas. I did get a report of orcas taking out 2 rudders on a boat. Look at that. Nice clean cut. So 2 points, orcas. Yachts, 0. And finally, National Geographic set up this remote camera, and it says, this is the funniest fox I know. Set up a camera with a remote shutter and waited for this fox to walk by the camera for a wide-angle shot, but instead, the fox, you can see, is turned, looks like he's sticking his tongue out at the camera, and he is taking his shit. That is a real-life photo right there.
I love that fox.
Might be a new patron saint animal of Facebook for the Blind. And that is your heartwarming animal shit story for Facebook for the Blind for July 16th, 2024. And now, on to my beautiful co-host, Michael Labune, for usually an average American-sized one.
That's wrong, Eric. Here comes the big long round one. Can y'all see this first meme?
Indeed. Yes.
All right, kicking it off round 1 with Dual Badoink at Dual Badoink, friend of the show, Dual Badoink, who prays, dude, if you lead me into temptation instead of delivering me from evil, I fucking swear. Oh, here we have the iconic picture of Trump with his fist raised and the American flag flying above him, except it's Emperor Palpatine and stormtroopers around him instead of the Secret Service and Darth Vader and the flag of the Republic. Anyway, it's just shot or not, Trump's a bad guy. The Onion, friend of the show, The Onion, former employer of Eric Sizemore,
Still love him.
has a picture of J.D. Vance, and it says conservative credentials, somehow both rich and poor.
I know, right? So dumb.
Friend of the show, an absolute living legend, Derek Guy at Dye Workwear. He says, thinking about the time I showed my hairdresser the haircut I want, and he said, Derek, that's the same haircut I give you. That guy is just better looking.
Oh.
It's a hard day. Ellie Crimendahl, friend of the show. Ellie Crimendahl says, you should be able to order a chocolate chip cookie medium rare. And you know what? That's actually true. I feel that should be a thing.
It is around here, baby.
Yeah, man. Friend of the show, the Hard Times News. Listen, if you're not following the Hard Times News, you're missing out on some hard times.
Seriously.
They're reporting today that RNC, Republican National Convention speaker, says Democrats better tone down rhetoric unless they want to get murdered.
Dude, I've heard so much of that. Hey, tone it down. Tone it down.
I got 2 more memes for round 1. All right, so David Simon, friend of the show, David Simon, is retweeting enemy of the show, Alina Habba. Alina Habba has a picture of Donald Trump stepping off of his Trump plane, and she put in all caps, nothing can ever stop this man from fighting for our country. She says that about Donald Trump. David Simon retweets that and just says, bone spurs.
Bone spurs. I saw where it was going. Beautiful.
Next round, conspiracy theorist tries to tell you what really happened, present a more outlandish theory, and accuse them of covering up the truth. And we see 2 women talking. The first woman says, the moon landing was faked. And the second woman says, psh, you believe in the moon? And finally, for round 1, we have Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. Love you, man. Here we have a an old-timey headstone, the kind that is just made out of like a flat limestone. And on it, it's carved, "Unknown man died eating library paste, July 14th, 1908. Trash can says, "Gone, but not forgotten." And that's all I have for round one, kicking it over to Brain Damage.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh, what's going on?
Oh, we need way more volume from you, brother.
Yeah, crank it up.
Oh, okay. Let me stop this thing because I don't know how to do it while that was on. My bad.
If I could increase your volume myself, I would.
How about that?
Much better.
All right.
That's better. Yeah.
Let's try again. Here we have dad puns, and we have a dad sitting there with his phone, and he looks confused. It says, "I don't like when people text me abbreviations at my old age. They'll be like, GM, well, General Motors to you too." And here we have, looks like Glenn McCoy with a cartoon drawing of, we have the lion, Dorothy, and Scarecrow going through the airport metal detector. But if we notice here, oh, the Tin Man, he had to take a ride through the conveyor belt. Yep, he doesn't get to go through the metal detector. But at least they're actually in the Wizard of Oz land, and we have this time the Lion, the Scarecrow, and the Tin Man wondering, oh, this whole time I thought she was calling for Auntie M. Oh no, we see Dorothy drawing cash out of the ATM. Here we got Mark Parisi off the mark. One of my favorites. He's got 2 fireflies here. Oh no, but the guy says, "How do I tell her I'm not a firefly? I just have a wicked rash." That's gonna be a bad end to that first date. And here we have a frog sitting at a bar, and he tells the bartender, "I'll have a jar of Bud Light." The bartender says, "They're called fireflies." That was Scott Herburn.
Oh.
We got off the mark again. And here we have a bunch of fireflies partying at a concert at karaoke night. And the one on stage is saying, "I like bright butts and I cannot lie." Yep. And this one's going to end it for me. And this one's off the mark, finishing strong. We got a board meeting or some kind of lawyer thing going on. He's consulting his client. "I strongly urge you not to put the fox on the stand. No one knows what he'll say."
Oh.
What does the fox say?
Oh.
I hate you all.
Love it.
All right.
I'm going to play
Oh.
that.
There we go. Passing it off to TD.
I want to point out that the Fireflies are off to a strong lead.
Very strong lead.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a touch in my heart this week.
That's awesome. Okay, hi everybody. Time once again for T's often imitated, never duplicated short round one, brought to you by Despairing Shit. All right, cool. All right, let's start this thing.
Ooh, despairing shit. That's a growth market. That's a big market. That's a very.
Hey, I do what I can.
Yeah, I had it all queued up. It popped.
I know
off.
you do. No, you're fine.
It's popped off. Hey, I'm just gonna stop. 1 second. I don't understand. Stall.
So anyway, my short round one, it's shorter and rounder than normal, thanks to the modern geometry. I was about to say geography, but then I knew that wasn't right. Brandon, I love the fact that you are wearing an orca on your hat, and we had the obligatory orca score check-in. I like how you're you're repping the home team. I like it. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say that too.
Gotta
He's
do it.
totally a team player. I'm like, yes.
Fuck them boats.
Know it.
Yeah, we are not team boat around here, even though my dream in life is to get a pontoon boat.
All right, you're all set.
All right, cool. Let's do this thing. All right, weighing in on all this comes our underworld correspondent, friend of the show, Satan.
Hail, Satan.
He just says, "I didn't want him." And that's all I have to say about that. All right, moving on. finesse them. I don't know you. Says, look at that huge nest, and it's these two guys pointing at a big old nest in a tree, and says, some big ass squirrel must live in there. And it shows a squirrel just absolutely caked up with like big old like Pixar mom cheeks. Thank you, Brain. Moving on. Shondi said the third, City the Third. I don't know who this is, but my wife actually sent me this to use. It's Optimus Prime and another Transformer sitting there going, I hate this. Ugh, I hate it. It's so hot. And the other guy goes, well, change into a tank top. And next thing you know, it's Optimus Prime, but he has a tank for a top instead of a heater belt. You're right. This is way better.
Sure is.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Boo.
Shut up. Friend of the show, Bob Golan at Bob Golan says Krispy Kreme Donuts turns 87 today. Something their customers never have to worry about.
Oh,
I can vouch for that. Again, happy second anniversary open heart surgery. Happy first anniversary first foot amputation.
Good. I don't want to be president.
Oh my God.
That was a good joke, Michael. I'm sorry I didn't get what it deserved. For the show, memes every day. Post the 4-panel with Anakin and Padme from Attack of the Clones. Says AI is going to be used to change the world, and she's like, as a tool to make the world better, right? And he's just kind of staring at her. And next panel, she's zoomed out and has the most massive set of big mommy milkers I've ever seen. And it says, as a tool to make the world better, right? God damn. I hate people. Moving on.
That wasn't people. That was AI. Blame the machine.
People told AI to do it.
Like we could know that.
No, I hate everybody. I bought myself out with my own shit. All right, James Breakwell, Exploding Unicorns, at Exploding Unicorn, says, I told my wife we could go to absolutely anywhere she wanted to eat. She chose a Mexican restaurant so she could order queso. Girls don't want to be wined and dined. They just want to eat their body weight in cheese. My wife, I have not heard a woman disagree with this yet.
You're making me hungry. You always make me hungry.
It's what I do, bro, because I'm always hungry. Opossum Lovers, new friend of the show, Opossum Lovers. It's got a picture of a young armadillo and a young possum, and it says armadillos are just tactical assault possums. And I've had two possums taken out in my backyard in the last month. One was taken out by my Shih Tzu puppy.
Huh.
Yeah. Don't mess with Killer. All right, moving on. He's a year old. This is the last one I got for round one here from Mark Lewis. Says, honestly, I don't know how to earn that 5th star, and it's a rating review of 4 out of 5 stars. Says, Dr. Lewis saved my life. 4 stars.
4 stars.
Bro, I'm pretty sure that's like 5 stars and like a steak dinner or something. Like he saved your life, dude. He gets the 5 on the Yelp. And that's all I got for the world famous, often imitated, never duplicated short round one, brought to you by Despairing Shit. Over to you, Sizemore.
I like the Despairing Shit as a sponsor. I mean, I didn't think about it, but of course.
That was short.
I pulled that out of the thin, foggy air in here, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, nice. that was a short one. That was a teeny weeny.
It's what I do, man.
Can we talk about how small it was for about 10 more seconds?
Maybe we should have maybe it should be like TD's teeny weeny.
Ooh.
You know I'm all about branding and marketing.
If I know anything about you.
Yeah.
Are you going to get one of those veteran ponytails? I'm just stalling while Eric tries to learn what a computer is.
Dude, I don't know if you're aware of this, but we do have the baby mullet going currently.
Oh, yeah, you're so close.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, bro. We're getting there.
Ow!
You look like
I decided at the age of 41, damn near 42. Yeah, I've never had a mullet. Let's do one. This is what a white trash midlife crisis looks like. It's not convertibles. It's not 18-year-old arm candy. No. It's a 42-year-old fat man getting a goddamn mullet.
You look like you're about to assist MacGyver on a mission.
Dude, I do look like the helicopter pilot in like an 80s action show on a Saturday.
Airwolf.
Out round one.
Airwolf.
Magnum PI.
Gotcha. Hey, so this is the wholesome round one, and I thought I would show you guys this incredibly cool picture I found of a road rainbow. I'm not sure what's happening here. I think it's going just behind the hill of this road, but Old Pike, US 40 East, past the summit in Farmington, Pennsylvania. And I just thought that was pretty cool. Rainbow.
A lot happening in Pennsylvania this week.
Yeah, crazy. Who knew? Who freaking knew? This is a really heartwarming thing. Friend of the show, Jill Judson Markland, said 13 years ago, got engaged to my man Jeff after dating for 9 years. And 6 years ago today, Jeff got down on one knee in our living room and slipped a rubber band of money right on my finger. And I think that is really sweet. I think that's just no, because I thought it was hilarious. Anyway, I love Jill.
This week.
I love Jill and Jeff here. Political Nation posted this conspiratorial sounding thing that said, this was an email that went out 1 hour before the Trump rally. What do you suppose Trump went? All hell breaks loose in 1 hour. Trump rally alert. You never know. Join us, liberal and progressive Democrats. Had this post from Gary Ripard. Said, a Pennsylvania police source tells Newsmax they believe President Trump was not struck by a bullet, but hit by glass fragments. They believe a teleprompter may have been hit, causing glass to hit the president. And on this group of thousands, I posted, so you're saying he lies about not using a teleprompter. Patrick S. Tomlinson, who's an author that some people say is pretty good, has this tweet here that says, if you're worried about brevity in your writing, don't. It took Project 2025 900 pages to say 14 words. And if you want, you can go ahead and Google 14 words.
But I love it.
I don't think I want to.
No,
good
you
enough
don't.
For last week, good enough for this week.
Yep.
Keep them coming.
I'd say if you'd like a visual explanation of that, this two-panel of Scooby-Doo might be good for you. We have Fred, who's pulling the hood off the monster, says, let's see who's really behind Project 25. And under the hood is a white pointed hood. Project 25.
I think I'm starting to get it.
Project 2025. Oh, yeah. Here's a three-panel from Donnie Darko and anti-QAnon memes. And if you're not following anti-QAnon memes, you're missing half the crap I post. We have Donnie Darko talking to his therapist, and he says, I made a new friend. His therapist says, real or an extremist on Facebook? An extremist on Facebook. Science Humor has this post that says, when you're feeling sad, remember this vertebrate, C6, and how happy it is to support you every day. Look at him. Hey. C6, big smile, two big eyes. C6 is happy for you. Got about two more here.
Happy little vertebrae.
I know. My vertebrae don't feel happy, but I remember he's in there.
No,
and
mine
he
are all
is
very angry.
Science Humor posts this from Pyrrhic Comedy. It says, one of my favorite things is that there's surprisingly little scientific literature about the common house cat, because it turns out cats are the least cooperative research animals on the planet. You hear that, Mango? They don't care what you want them to do. Food? You know what? We've decided we're not hungry right now. What is this, a maze? Gonna sit right here and lick ourselves for the next 45 minutes. What are you gonna do about it? It's like, okay, science, we've done about 4,000 tests to determine the intelligent and emotional perspicacity of domestic dogs. Let's do cats next. Well, sir, we've conducted a full battery of all the standard tests. Glad to hear it, science. What did you learn? Sir, our findings indicate that cats are dicks. And lastly, friend of the show, John Lyon at John Lyon Tweet says, tips for improving concentration. Make a list of tasks. Take on one task at a time. Take on Me was a fun song. Ooh, I found the video.
Too real.
It's totally real. That was over in Matt Mason's Ministry of Memes. And if you're not following Matt Mason's Ministry of Memes, you are missing out. Handing it back to my beautiful co-host, Michael, for a nice, what should we call it? The irascible round?
I think what we went with was irrelevant round 2.
Oh.
Irrelevant round 2 came off with J.L. Lyris, anti-QAnon memes. This time we have Mr. Don Draper, and he's pitching an idea. He says, okay, hear me out. And on the board next to him, it says campaign ideas. We'll shoot your ear off.
I love his eyes and his hands out like, huh? Huh?
Here we have the internet guy as a doctor this time. And he says, your body has ran out of magnesium. And the patient just looks at the camera and says, 0 mg.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
I'm fucking sorry for the dad jokes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Random Control, friend of the show, Random Control at Waste of a Face says fake. She says she's fake falling asleep in the Uber, so the driver has to carry me to bed.
Hey.
The Hard Times News, friend of the show, the Hard Times News, they're back with another headline, hot off the presses. Hardtimes.net. Listen, follow the Hard Times for more hard times. Juggalo scientists confirm whoop whoop means both hello, goodbye, and show me your butthole.
As a guy who has a lot of juggalo friends, yeah.
I thought it also meant pass the Fago. Here we have a picture of Forrest Gump, and he says, and just like that, no one was talking about Project 2025 or the Jeffrey Epstein call logs and flight logs.
Yep.
Poof. Insane Poses at Insane Poses says these kids are about to have the craziest night of their lives. And you see 3 kids who look, I mean, shockingly like the cat. Bad.
Yes, that is super bad.
Jen Silverman says, well, first there's a picture. It's a picture of some kind of yogurt. And on the side of the yogurt, it says the cows. Myrtle, Letty, Root, Irma, Fanny, Julia, Veronica, Padma. Jen Silverman says, all I have ever wanted from a yogurt is to know who the cows are. And the first comment says, notice how they named all the cows traditionally girl names? There's a deep connection between misogyny and consuming animals.
Oh, my God.
And right below her, somebody comments, I feel like yogurt from a bull would not taste quite right.
Ah.
God, I hate people who don't know how farming works.
My God. And my last meme for round 2, the irrelevant round, is a screen grab from Community. And I don't remember the character's name. Anybody? TD? Do you know?
No, I've never watched an episode of that in my life.
Oh,
She's
I love
looking
that
at-
show.
She's looking at the camera and she says, I can excuse genocide, but I draw the line at ear piercing. And that's it for round 2 for me. Back to Brain.
All right, let's see what we got here. Damn, did I even set it up? Let's hope I did. All right, we've got when someone asks how people are supposed to live on minimum wage, and we've got some schmuck. T, do you know who this guy is? Is he an actor? I have no idea. Nope. He says the secret ingredient is crime.
Yeah, that's just a rando.
Here we have funny memes. Post a cartoon of some clowns fighting a bull, and one clown tells the bull, "You and your entire kind will pay for what you did to my brother." And here it says, Ronald McDonald, former rodeo clown, kept his promise.
Oh, all those hamburgers.
I think we're paying for that as well, though. Yep. Here we've got a two panel cartoon, and we have what's homie's name again?
Kirk, Captain Kirk.
Dr. Kirk, yeah.
Yeah, I like Spock. Anyways, he's saying, "Beat me aboard, Scotty." And in the second panel, there is just a giant like 2x4 wooden board leaning on his shoulder, and he's like, very funny. Scotty beamed him aboard. Johnson Parker. I gotta have some whans in there sometimes, just to throw you guys off. And here we have a dude yelling at his son, and he's saying, "I know you like her, son, but you can't just pull a girl's hair. Until she's 30 or so, they actually come around on this one."
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh God!
Oh,
We have
my
we've
God.
got the Riddler, and he says, "What travels down an alley and has holes in it? And Batman's crying. He says, "My parents!"
Oh no!
Oh my God! No, it's a bowling ball. I'm so sorry. And so Superman says, "Your parents were bowling balls?" Batman is crying his eyes out. Here we have Satan trying to hail a ride. Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
And he's holding up a sign that says hell. And this little kid comes around and he says, "Wow, that's exactly where I'm going." And he is driving a handbasket.
Oh.
Yeah. GoComics.com. Well, there's one more after this one for me. Off the mark. You know I love this guy. Here we have the scene from The Codfather, and we have a fish waking up with a seahorse in his head. The Codfather. I wish I knew how to hum the music right now. All right, this one's going to be the last one for me. This is a long time ago. We had empires run by emperors. Then we had kingdoms run by kings. And now we have countries, and we have Billy Butcher. Run by kings.
He does like to use that word.
I sure the fuck do. And that is how I'm going to hand it off to you. High five, TD.
I don't even know what to do with that information, Brain. All right. Hey, guys.
Shine it up real nice.
Turn that some bitch sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass. All right.
Yes.
I love wrestling too. Hey guys, we're gonna do round 2, or as I call it, the inebriated round. Place your bets.
He's drunk.
I bet you're drunk.
I am not drunk.
I bet you're inebriated in the state.
I am with no spoilers. All right. Some dickhead named Andrew Teedy. I posted this a while back. And, this is your Sunday evening public service announcement. And it's a pack of bacon. And it says, if a package of bacon isn't resealable, it contains 1 serving. That's just science. I didn't make the rules.
Totally.
Hey, I like all the Ziploc technology we have, and you can't make a zipper bacon bag.
Dude, I think this every week.
I know. Right, moving on. Some dickhead named Andrew Teedy. I posted this way a while back. It says, I feel this. It's from Ghostface Krilla at Crazy. It says, I never related to a coffee machine more, and it's an old bun coffee maker. It's got a sticky note on it. It says, coffee maker, not hot. And there's another sticky note that says, but has a great personality. I love they're in 2 different handwritings, so you know someone saw that and said, I'm gonna make a funny. All right, moving on. Hey, Labune, this one's for you, homie.
Memes every day has a picture of the woman and man laying in bed together. The woman's looking over her shoulder at the man who's looking at the wall. Her. I bet he's thinking about other women. Him. When we click, I have read and agreed to the terms and conditions on a 17-page legal document we haven't actually read. Are we committing a sin of dishonesty in the eyes of God? Or does the Almighty, in his infinite wisdom, understand the absurdity of modern digital bureaucracy and give us a pass? I'll weigh in on this when you get a pass, for sure.
You see, that's why I wanted you to read it, because you'd be able to let me know what was up.
No, you're totally good. You don't have to repent for that one. Go right ahead.
Okay, fair. And not that I would anyway. Moving on. I regret nothing. All right. Dungeons and Dragons D&D for memes. New acquaintance of the show.
Hey.
The full credit goes to Tamsin Wallace for this fucking curse. Okay. We have a picture of a big Satan-like looking demon motherfucker going, how do you wish me to curse your enemy, mortal? And the guy he's talking to goes, I twin cast immortality and permanent incremental misfortune. They will live forever, and every single day they will live will be worse than the one prior. They will wish for death. It will not come. One day it will, and yet they will not die. They will persist. And in that moment of horror at their own cursed existence, they will know that the next day will somehow be worse. And the demon dude's like, WTF, dude? And he goes, that's actually pretty fucking awesome. Are you looking for work? We have free dental. If you're a D&D guy, you know that curse is a mug. That guy, he someone hurt him.
Yeah.
And this is how he copes. All right, moving on.
I like it.
Yeah, I figured you would. Friend of the show, Charlie Hester. Hey, Charlie.
Yo.
She posts this picture, just says me, and it's Midwesterners asking for help. And it's a dude moving a couch, but he's balancing the other end of the couch on an office chair so he can roll that sumbitch down the sidewalk on his casters. Because he didn't want to bother a buddy to come help him move a couch.
I've done it. We've
Oh,
all
yeah.
done it.
We've all done it. We're Midwestern. That's what we do. Moving on. We hate to inconvenience anyone. Friend of the show, Russ Harshside, repost from Sven Gooley Saturday night. Sven Gooley, baby.
Sven Gooley.
I miss me some Sven Gooley. Anyway, if you put holy water in a guy just says, if you put holy water in a humidifier, it turns the room into a gas chamber for vampires. And he's talking to a Wendy's clerk, and it just says, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." Okay, I thought that was pretty funny. A nice gas chamber for vampires. But apparently, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Moving on.
I think it's because I used to work at that Wendy's.
No, fair enough. I probably got high in their parking lot. Christopher Roseberry says, as a European, this is how I imagine Americans have breakfast. And it's a big old plate of at least 2 pounds of bacon. I know because that's about how much I ate for that contest. 2 buttered pieces of toast, a cup of coffee, and a coffee mug with a bunch of guns on it. Plate with a couple of eggs and a 9mm sitting right next to the plate of bacon. And then someone named The American with an American flag for a profile picture says, "The breakfast gun goes on the left, bro."
That's just etiquette.
You swap that plate of eggs with the there you go. And the last one I got here for round 2, the inebriated round, comes from friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester.
Hey, Jason.
And he says, well, I love you, buddy. He says, well, someone's going straight to hell, and someone has a crucifixion tattoo, but around it they've done a Tetris game board, and it looks like the crucifix Jesus is going to fit right in that little T-spot perfectly. Love that piece. It was a great piece to have. But yeah, someone's cooking.
Nice.
I think he'd have a decent sense of humor about this.
Oh, he'd totally have a decent sense of humor about this.
I would think.
I mean, I think he could take a joke. He took a lot more.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. All right, and that's all I got for round 2, the inebriated run. Because guess what? I totally am inebriated. Over to you.
Now I'm hungry and I want to get inebriated. Dang it!
Hey, if nothing else, I'm a terrible influence on Sizemore.
A little food for thought for our listeners. Why is it that conservatives both hate cancel culture but believe in hell?
Well,
dude, I think I'm sober.
Seriously,
seriously, I think you just sobered me up. Seriously.
Back to you, Eric. Sorry.
Because every accusation is a confession.
Yeah.
Bro,
that's the answer.
I'm not even playing.
Every time you hear a Republican talking smack, look up that phrase plus
never mind.
His history. He said, "My opponent is mean to black people." Google it. That's exactly what that guy does every time. Andrew Tate talking about groomers over and over and over again. I cannot remember this dork's name, but the guy sitting behind the table with the paper on it and the coffee mug saying, "Change my mind," except it said, it's like missing the lottery by 1 number. Change my mind. Saw a lot of different riffs on the So Close vibe. Anti-QAnon Memes has this post, says, "Seen in the woods near Butler, Pennsylvania," and it is Mike Pence with a hunting rifle. You tell it's Mike because he's very pale. Best and worst of Twitter 2, and if you're not following the best and worst of Twitter 2, you're missing out. Got to post some reposting Alexander Morris, who says, "I wish John Wilkes Booth was still alive so he could tweet skill issue and then turn his phone off." Oh, they get worse. A lot of middle-aged folks were posting this from Get Smart, where the guy says, "Missed it by that much."
Oh, Jesus, no.
And then others contradicted that with an X-ray of the disgraced former president's head with a teeny tiny brain in the middle and says "missed by a mile." So, some disagreement there. Friend of the show and founding Zaddy, George H.
Shut the fuck
Cruikshank,
up.
said posted this typical 3-panel of The Simpsons from Doc Strangelove. It says, "Say the line, FBI," and the whole classroom is leaning in, and we see Bart in an FBI hat, and it says, "He was on our radar," and the whole class is like, "Whoa!" Baron of the Taiga has CNN reports that authorities had the shooter on their radar before the incident. And I just commented 3 names, check. Lone Wolf, check. Documented suspicion, check. Okay, we're good to go. I don't know if you noticed that, man, but it's always 3 names, man. I was looking it up. Thomas Matthew Crooks, John Wilkes Booth. It's always the same. It's freaking hilarious. Wow. Join us, liberal and progressive Democrats. Don't. I'll do it for you. Has this post from Winnie Doctor, Gin and Tacos, says, "Look, wild speculation is never helpful. All I'm saying is when the world's most infamously narcissistic, self-promoting coward reacts to supposedly being shot by jumping up and celebrating for the cameras, I think it's predictable and normal that some people might think that seemed a little odd and maybe not real."
Also, that the Secret Service paused to let him pump his fist. That didn't make any sense.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
and didn't he also have to get his shoes on or some shit?
I
too?
tried to capture the moment, so I created my own meme just for this occasion. "Let me get my shoes." That will be the line.
yeah.
That will be the line that is always remembered as we see him holding up his gold high tops here. "Let me get my shoes." Like, "Let me get my shoes. Here, let me hold the QR code up." A lot of sick shit, man. Here we have the 3-panel from Anti-QAnon memes. And again, if you are not following Anti-QAnon memes, you are seriously missing out. This is The Rock from Escape to Witch Mountain, driving the car and talking to the girl in the back. Says, "Why didn't they have the Secret Service on that roof?" And the little girl says, "No reason to have the CIA and the Secret Service on the same roof."
Oh,
And The Rock is looking back. This next one is Anti-QAnon memes again. Emperor Palpatine says, "The attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed."
Shut the hell up.
Yeah, which we did before, but. And then somebody posted a picture of Melania as the woman from Game of Thrones, and it says, "I want him to know it was me." So there's a lot in this. Here we have a little tiny baby hand holding up a packet of red blood to a very large ear. I mean,
Well,
sure,
that's Trump's little baby hand.
that's Trump's little baby hand with a little blood packet, little ketchup packet right next to his ear there. There are a lot of people doing that. Now, here's a picture of Kathy Griffin holding up a bloody head, and she says, "I wouldn't have missed."
Jesus.
I know. That one made me cringe. Anti-QAnon memes all week, people.
Everything she does makes me cringe.
Oh, really?
yeah.
I think she's funny, but Jesus, she's cringy. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
And not that funny.
It's kind of her thing. Yeah.
I know that I liked her in the 90s and haven't really checked in. This is a
Stay
post from
ignorant, my friend.
This is a post from Gaz at Silent Garrett, who says, "People, pedos deserve to be shot in the head. Also, people, this is unacceptable. That's my pedo." Here's a direct quote from the disgraced former president himself. "We have to get over it." Yes, that was the disgraced former president on the Perry High School mass shooting one day after this last January. We have to get over it, people. So if you start getting caught up on things, TD, just remember the words. We have to get over it. Douchebag. Anyway, moving on. Anti-QAnon memes again. Has a post from Colin Robinson. Says, "I'm begging y'all to care like this when it's a 3rd grade classroom instead of in the ear."
Yes, please.
Hey, just a quick question while I got y'all here. Have we talked as a nation about an ear more than this since Evander Holyfield?
Not since Evander Holyfield,
Whoa.
but we did talk much about it.
Deep cut. Boxing reference from Sizemore. You can see that coming in here. Here we got a picture of, what's this actor's name, man?
Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. I wouldn't have missed. I know they
That's
just,
like that one's uncomfortable twice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know. And there's a quote on it saying, too soon. I know. More anti-QAnon memes. Dude had one job, a lot of that, and the Empire guy saying, we were on the verge of greatness. We were this close. And then people commenting that it's a false flag operation because they're lunatics. This is the 3-panel of Spider-Man and his girlfriend, except it's, Toby, what's his name? Maguire. And that redheaded actress who's really
Kristen Dunst.
And she's saying, tell me the truth. I'm ready to hear it. And he says, it only grazed his ear. And she cries. Here we have a picture of that MaxiPad that he had on his ear at the RNC, but it's a MyPillow. Look. And that wraps up my irradiated round 2. Handing it back to you, Michael, sir.
All right, here we go. Kicking off round 3, the penultimate round. Can we see Moist Buddha?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Kicking off round 3 with Moist Buddha, friend of the show, Moist Buddha, keeping it moist. He retweets Chase Mitchell, who's got the picture of Trump celebrating after being shot. And it says, your worst uncle is printing a T-shirt with this on it right now.
Yeah.
Next up, we have a headline from The Onion. And it's 3 very angry-looking moms. And it says, nation's mothers announce they don't even know why they try. The Hard Times News is back again. The hardtimes.net.
Hey.
There's a picture of Trump speaking at a rally. It says, massive pile of crap in Trump's underwear. Admits it was there before the assassination attempt. The Muff Report, who we haven't seen in a long time. They have an actual photo of an owl in a car. And it says, Louisiana police officer crashes after owl flies into patrol car, starts pecking at him. And commenting is Owl from Louisiana at Owl Louisiana, who says, and I'll do it again. Okay, here we have a iconic picture of President Biden falling up the stairs going into Air Force One. Except in the 4, we also see somebody holding a phone using an app. And it says, sorry, Mr. President, but you've been a bad kitten.
Oh.
This is in reference to a remote controlled vibrator. Here's a picture of a woman slumped at her shoulders, and then a picture of her standing up straight. Very good posture. It says, to improve your posture, pretend you are shooting lasers out of your nipples.
God damn it, that would work.
Just
I
good
like it. I'm doing it
Shithead
right
Steve,
now.
friend of the show, Shithead Steve. We have a very, very interesting timeline here that Shithead has shown us. It says Brian Worst accepted your friend request right on Brian's timeline. This is obviously Facebook. So Brian Worst accepted your friend request. And then we see Brian Best comments on Brian Worst's timeline, and he just says, suck it.
Oh.
Only 2 more memes for this round. The Chive, friend of the show, the Chive.
Hey, the
Have a picture
Chive.
of a McDonald's and their sign outside the McDonald's. It says McDonald's over 99 billion served. Extra McRib with proof of boner. And finally, for round 3, my penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, Corey Dior says, hands you 6 ibuprofen. This is an old family recipe.
Ah.
They were veterans.
And that's it for me, kicking it back over to Brain.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to tell you guys a story about how this kind of went down for me. So, TD, first, can you tell me who this guy is? I know it's like Jack Nicholson, right? But
No, that is actor Rip Torn in the movie Dodgeball. playing
Awesome.
Patches Mahoney.
Oh, nice. Even better. The movie Dodgeball, huh?
Your
Yeah,
brain is
That
really
does
good.
make sense because he says if you can dodge a draft, you can dodge a bullet.
Oh, snap.
And here we have do you think the Secret Service yelled duck?
Oh God.
I had two people tell me that one today.
Here we have my boy Stevie C posted Brett's bad Photoshop, and we have a picture of the guy in Pulp Fiction that shot off 18 shots at Julius and how the fuck Vincent Vega
Yeah.
and missed all of them. And we have a poster of Donald Trump shooting his. And then we have Mike Tyson saying, "It's getting here, blood."
Oh. Oh.
And Kevin fucking Miller put, "What do you mean he missed?" And it's a picture of Hillary Clinton, very shocked, which is hilarious. The Skeptic posted the entire world at one guy on 13 July 2024, and it's the meme of the rugby fan that is very upset holding
Yeah.
hands on his hips.
Yeah. Nice.
And then nobody's been this disappointed by 2 inches since Stormy Daniels.
Hell yeah.
Here we have Brian Babylon posts a picture of Juicy Smouye, and then Juicy Smouye starting to merge into, and he comes out in the last panel as Donald with his white power fist up, getting the hug.
Oh, wait. So it's saying that like he faked it.
It's a setup. It's a setup.
Gotcha.
It might not have been him. It might have been his friend. I don't know. JP Brown posted, "This was the most staged shit I've ever seen, and I watch wrestling."
Oh.
And then we have friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson, posts
Hey, Corey.
50 sentences. And it is 50 Cent's body with Donald Trump's head imposed on it. And this one is DJ Mauricio NYC. I don't know how to say that.
Sure.
And it has now 50 Cent's head with Trump's wig posted on top of it. And it says, "Get elected or die trying."
Nice.
And then Corey Showtime Robinson again. Apologize if you did this one, Eric, because I heard you doing all kinds of anti-QAnon memes when I came out from taking a leak. And JoJo Formgers posted, "Our guy got shot at by one of our own, so we're gonna win now." It's the weirdest fucking take in the history of weird fucking takes.
Yeah.
And sad part about that is it's gonna work. It's gonna work. It's working. And it's gonna work, and that's what it's done, Suzu. And yeah,
Dude,
so pass it off to you, Titty.
I am so glad you posted that from JoJo from Jers, because I liked that so much. I messaged her and I said, "You're doing great. I love you. Keep up the good work."
Nice.
Personally did, because that was choice. That was really choice. All right, T.
It's that time once again. Round 3, bringing turkeys in. Come on now. Front of the show, Christopher Pugh says he's got a picture with a blue heart, and it says, "I back the blue," but it's not for police officers. It's for workers of the wonderful chain restaurant Culver's. Love those some bitches. Butterburgers, baby. Cheese curds.
Sure.
All right, moving on. Moving on, any day now. Okay, cool.
Slow technology, man. Press the button.
Sorry, man. Work-related memes. Friend of the show. It says, "Coworkers, why are you always so quiet at work?" Me. And it's a picture of a license plate that says IH8UALL, or "I hate you all." I am trying to get that license plate as we speak.
You should get that in Virginia too, because their slogan is "Virginia is for haters."
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Mr. Halloween, friend of the show.
Hey.
Says Ultimate DIY Carpet Surprise. And it's a picture of a carpet with a floor with all the carpet ripped up and shit. And on the floor, Someone is painted in red, like smeared all over the place. Get out. And it says, "Leave a surprise for whoever redoes your carpet."
I'm going to write, "We have been trying to reach you about your extended warranty."
Yes. Okay.
Oh my
Back to
God.
Back to the 70s and 80s. It says hamburger jail. And it says, "I'm going to be honest here. I want to know how much, because it's one of those Mayor McCheese cages
Yeah.
that used to exist back in the day at some
Yep.
weird outdoor play place that existed at like 5
Yep.
McDonald's."
It
And
was on Mattis. They had one on
yeah.
Mattis.
It's got a for sale label on it, so that's why it says, "I want to know how much to get the weird Mayor McCheese jail cell." Lock your kid in that and give him trauma. All right, moving on.
I love how you've branched out from making me want food to making me want food-shaped items from my childhood. That's weird.
Hey, I am nothing if not an enigma wrapped in a riddle, coated in a conundrum, fueled
Definitely
by THC.
battered and
All right.
fried.
Yeah. Yeah, deep fried and slathered in gravy. All right. Dan the Bourbon Man, personal friend of the show, Dan the Bourbon Man, says, "I didn't really need a sign, but okay." And it's a picture of a rainbow, and at the end of the rainbow is the sign for a liquor store. It just says liquor. didn't really need a sign, but okay.
I mean, you
You
know,
don't got to tell me twice. Moving on.
take those signs when you get them.
Joe the Animal, friend of the show, Joe the Animal Lancey.
Hello.
Got a picture of a chicken superimposed onto a bison, and it says buffalo chicken. There it is, folks.
Mighty.
All right. Moving on. Hourly shitpost at hourly shitpost. It is true, man, every hour. It says, "Why does every band from the 2000s have a guy that looks like this?" And it's a sketch of like a chubby dude in big baggy shorts and a unbuttoned button-up shirt and kicks and spiky hair and a 3-hair goatee.
Somebody. That's what I heard.
And if you look closely, he does have long sleeve shirt on under the unbuttoned work shirt.
Oh, I hate
Yes.
that.
Totally 2000s, dude. I'm bringing that look back. All right, moving on.
Oh my God.
Memes every day. Friend of the show says, "Next up on the poll, it's Sierra, and it's a GMC Sierra that has run over a fucking stop sign and is like jacked up in the air." So next on the poll, it's Sierra. Oh, bring me back to my days. I used to live in a strip club. All right, moving on.
Wow.
I wish I was making that up. And finally, ending up round 3 here from All You Can Eat, friend of the show, All You Can Eat. It says, "Hotels. This is a place to relax, unwind, and take it easy. Also, hotels. We stopped serving breakfast at sunrise."
Yeah. Yup.
You have no idea how true that is.
Oh, I do. I'm hyperglycemic. I need that breakfast. I need that breakfast. Give me the
I'm
breakfast.
fat as fuck, and I have diabetes. I just want the food. All right, that's all I got for round 3, leaving only my postie with the mostie. Over to you, Sizemore.
All right, the penultimate round, kicking it off with this caption, "It's a cult." Because, boys, I just saw this tattoo literally like less than 24 hours after the incident. This man had this picture on his body with the blood done in red. And I think that Secret Service lady that's hugging his chest should sue. But, man, it's a cult. Look at these goggles on the other. I didn't even notice the goggles on it. Anyway, yeah, it's a cult. Friend of the show, Oliver Graves. Oliver, how you doing? He says, "Oh, look, never mind. Women's Rights News has a post that's from Ronnie Burren that says, 'Morgues prefer to hire women.'" Yep, that's why.
Ugh,
I know.
hate that.
Should have put that in round 2. Sorry. Hey, here's a picture from anti-QAnon memes. I love this. We have a picture of Tim Scott, who's one of the contenders for vice president, and it's a 4-panel, and he's with his girlfriend, and we see her slowly fade away into nothing, because Tim Scott's a multi-millionaire single bachelor claiming to be a virgin until marriage, who's never been married in D.C., and it's like, Anti-QAnon Memes has this picture of him at a McDonald's with, for some reason, a Lego woman doll. It's like sitting in the booth with him at McDonald's. It said, Tim Scott pretended to have a girlfriend for nothing. Because Tim Scott, much like Lindsey Graham, just hasn't met the right woman. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, people. Because you can't be a gay Republican. This is the only black Republican in Congress. Okay, sorry. Here we have Wally and Beaver. And he says, gee, Wally, I'm pretty sure there were good people on both sides of the roof.
Oh.
Here we have a picture of the disgraced ex-president with blood coming out of his ear and his fist in the air coming out of Claire's in the mall where they do piercings. Every kid walking out of Claire's looks like this. The fist and the blood. Friend of the show, Zach Vaughn says, and just like that, the Hawk Tua girl is about to learn an important lesson in the fragility of viral internet stardom. See that? First Hawk Tua in the 3rd round by me.
I didn't even do one.
I know. I'm rubbing it in your face. Friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson, making the 2nd appearance in the show, says, I kind of get tired of people who don't know what a Boolean phrase is telling me I should do my own research. I also directly messaged Corey and said, I love you. Because, brother, you have no idea. Anti-QAnon Memes has this picture of Lee Harvey Oswald, and it says, I wouldn't have missed. There was a lot of these. There was so many of them. Friend of the show, Peter Daniel says, that looks so staged, I expected a Vought employee to be streaming it on Instagram.
Right.
Anti-QAnon Memes, again, has a picture of the Puffin, and it says, if he had been safely in jail like he was supposed to be on July 11th, he wouldn't have been shot at.
It's true.
Anti-QAnon Memes says, MAGA hat with fake bloody ear, only $47.95. Visit MAGA24.ru to order yours. There were a lot of bloody ear commemorations. Again, not since Holyfield. Here's a bag of red, white, and blue gummy ears. He's going to be selling these soon, if not already.
Those are Tyson and Holyfield's gummy ears.
Yeah, I bet everyone's selling them right now. Especially in red. Or white. Well, red and white. Dolphinger, Center for Memetic Warfare, has a post that says, Microsoft be like, let's finish setting up your device. My brother in Christ, I have had this computer for 4 years. And for some reason, there's a picture of a Subway sandwich under all that text.
I was waiting for why there's a cold cut combo on there.
That
is just
looks delicious.
Yeah, that is for you two to drive engagement, and it worked. So the algorithm was right. Friend of the show, Matt Shivers, posted this one from over in Bloomington. So this is real, and he took the picture. And it's one of those rolling signs out back, and it says, hey, you vandalizing libtard cowards, come talk to me instead. Jesus loves you.
Oh, my God.
Which is just, Michael, I don't know if you're taking notes, but that's a great way to bring people to Christ.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Friend of the show, Joe Valentine, and Anti-QAnon Meme says, thoughts and paper towels.
Oh, my God.
That's funny like 3 different ways. Robert DuBox says there's a massive drop in applications for the Secret Service today. Friend of the show, C Cat, has posted Jonathan Edward Durham at this one over here. Says, I refer to growing up in the acid rain, quicksand, impending nuclear conflict era as being classically trained in generalized anxiety. You're welcome. Friend of the show, JB, down in Orlando, has posted Gen X only and weekend Twitter that says, I know we Gen Xers take a lot of shit, but you have to admit our sneering distrust of everything turned out to be 100% correct. And that is my beautiful closer for, gosh darn it, for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only my post with the most, throwing it back to you, Michael.
All right, here we go with the post with the most. Let's make sure. Can we see it?
Yeah.
All right, work this time. My post with the most this week was, again, the picture of Donald Trump with blood on his face, Secret Service around him, and it just says, do not get your ears pierced at Claire's. What'd you have this week, Brain?
All right, my post with the most is Happy Prime Day, y'all. I posted Optimus Prime sacrificed himself for 30% off, so make sure you pay your respects before you pay for your deals. Because Prime Day has become too commercialized and everyone has forgotten the true meaning of the holiday. He died for you people.
This will never not be
Don't
funny.
even appreciate my dead Prime. and fuck Hot Rod. He was never my Optimus. You got TD.
Hashtag not my Optimist.
God. That's never not going to be funny every year. Friend of the show, friend of mine, Grant Malco, repost from Gen X only, and it's a bunch of kids holding hands. Says, life was so much simpler when we could play a friendly game of Red Rover and just clothesline the people we didn't like. I don't know if you know this, but I was kind of a big kid.
Oh.
And I would just find like the two giggling girls barely holding hands, and I'm like, target acquired, and I would just like spear both of them.
Find the weak point. Hilarious.
Oh yeah, because yeah, remember I was 6 foot tall when I was 12 years old. Okay.
Sure.
Well, yeah. All right, that's okay. Yeah, size more. Post most time.
My post with the most was my own personal little avatar dealio, you know. So I'm wearing my flannel and I got my little goatee because I made it back when I had a goatee. And it is me just shouting with a bullhorn. It says, "Hey, friends in Milwaukee, at the RNC, they're doing an AR-15 giveaway."
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
I know, and
Unreal.
everybody, I know, completely unreal. And everybody was like, they were like, you know, I had to post the actual link to the real giveaway. And people were like, I thought you were joking. I was like, oh no, it's an old tradition. 1868, Andrew Johnson raffled off 44 caliber Derringers.
Oh God.
It was just like, yeah, when Augustus succeeded Julius Caesar, he was raffling off a 24-piece set of steak knives.
I thought you were going to say a bottle of dressing.
I was very proud of all of this. That's as dark as I've ever gotten, and it was great. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a big one. I don't think we've had so many on the same topic since Bernie's mittens. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is an unduly onerous requirement of the quantity of memes that we had to process, and we did it for you. That has been a whole episode of Facebook for the Blind. We love you. Mwah!
Love you, George.
Woohoo! Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind.
All right, everybody.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.